Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. You guys, there is a resting place that you should claim. Yah has a space for you where you can rest in Him, no matter what's going on the four corners. Yah always had a rest place. And then when you come to understand that it's not the rest in which many how would I say it, fault back in Genesis chapter 2. Or was it Genesis chapter 2? I think it was chapter 2. The rest. But let me tell you, when the Ruach is in you, He show you the true resting place. A place in which you can go right here today and just lay your head in His bosom and just rest therein. Why? Too many voices in the land, too many things going on at one time. And if you spiritual, you could see it, and you need a place to rest your spirit, because your flesh is like all over the place trying to make it make sense, and it don't want to line up with your spirit. But you can get your flesh under the subjection to your spirit, so it too mm, 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 can rest with you in the bosom of the Father. Oh, yes, there's a resting place. There is a resting place that we can rest therein. He didn't come to be a comforter and not allow you to rest in that comfort. Come on now. Somebody need to talk to me. See? You want me to make it make sense? When the comforter come, just think of that comforter. It wouldn't be a comforter if you can't rest in that comforter. So I'm just letting you know something that ain't nobody told you all. Yah is a place of rest, because he knows that these things that's taking place, you need a place to rest in Him. Because while you resting in Him, guess what you're doing? You trusting in Him. Your hope is in Him. Your belief is in Him. Your fear is in Him. Everything is in Him. That's why you resting in Him. That got all things in control and in His power. So think about that. There's no need for Him to come to be the comforter if we can't rest in that comfort. Mm, 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 mm. I know they never told you that. And it's a sad thing to hear it in this midnight hour. You mean I could have been resting all along? Too many voices in the land. One telling you this, one telling you that. You believe in this, that, did. Where's your place of rest when you finish going all over the place? Where are you going to rest, baby? Where are you going to rest at? See, that's what I'm saying. We don't give Him the benefit of a doubt of who He is. He had to tell me, well, look. I know I'm talking to you every day throughout the day. In the midnight hour, I'll wake you up. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a lane so you can run in. He said, I gave you that when I took my oldest daughter 20 some years ago, 8, something like that, to college. I showed you that vision of you running in that race. But I want you to know, I got you a lane. Run in it. Anytime you get ready, get in your lane. And while you in that lane, you know you got a place of rest. We got to know him like that. Not know him like the world knows him, like the churches knows him, like the synagogue, the temples, YouTube and Facebook and Patriot, Rumble and Instagram know him, baby. Let me tell you, they don't know him. They don't know him. They never knew him. I just was listening to Farrakhan for 20 minutes, and he saying about how everybody is taking Jesus and Muhammad and using it for gain. They always did. And to hear him say it, he said today they using it for gain. So when you wondering why these people can't let go Jesus, what makes you think they're gonna let Jesus go? And it's been getting them all that they've been receiving all this time. What makes you think they're gonna let them go? Huh? They didn't get to where they at on Yahuwah or Yah. They ain't finna turn your way or the right way and give up Jesus. Not what all they have today using that name. Okay. So we're going to be all over the place because it's time to talk. That means we can talk about anything. I want to ask a most powerful question. And the reason why I'm asking this question is I want to put something here on your mind. Okay. One thing I want us to talk about is the Exodus 1, the first Exodus, and the Exodus in which they say will be the second when we come out of Babylon. Tell me, if you can, if you will, what did they have in common? How about that? How about that? Can you tell me? What did the two Exodus have in common? What did they have in common? What did the Exodus in Egypt have in common with the four corners announcing a second Exodus? Woo, Deborah, you finna open up a whole can of worms, girl. Yeah, that's my whole idea. I want to put something here. You see, there are so many things that people detached to the first Exodus. And they say the second Exodus is going to be like unto when he bring us out of Egypt. I mean, out of Babylon. So what do Babylon, Egypt have in common, and what what is it that the first Exodus have in common with what they say the second Exodus shall happen in the second Exodus? What do they have in common? And you know what? The sad thing, it'll be very hard once you start to think. You know how many people put them together? The first Exodus and the second Exodus. Even though the second Exodus has not taken place. But based on the voices in the land, and that's what a lot of people lean to. Oh, that's a good one. That was still being lost, not knowing who Yah really is. That is a good one. See, I didn't even have that one down. That's a good. I didn't even have that one wrote down, but that's a good one. That should be on the top. Still lost. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even have that one listed. That's a real good one. And guess what? It's what you call truth. It's so much truth in that. That should be on the top of the list. Still being lost, not knowing who Yah really is or was. That is so true. What did they have in common? Okay, someone says rebellion. You know, when I did the search, that's what I was looking at. I was looking for that as one of my questions of what did they have in common. And I guess we could say rebellion, because guess what I found out? They were stiff-necked back then and rebellion once they came out of Egypt. They was rebellion after they came out. They were stiff-necked. So that was one of the things I noticed, that they were just alike. So you're right. Rebellion, stiff-necked, and disobedient. So would you say that Israel is also today rebellion? Is that what you're saying? I'm saying the word stiff-neck, and you got to detach rebellion because it's a part of the definition, or it bounces and they support each other. So, or that's what they both have in common. But when you say rebellion, isn't that kind of, I'm gonna get you to thinking. You don't think that that's kind of heavy? Come on now, come on. You don't think that's kind of heavy? That back in the beginning, they were stiff-necked and rebellion. How many 6,000 years later? The same people? It's what? Rebellion and stiff-neck. That don't seem to light a fire in anyone. To me, that's strictly very. You're right. It's something to really think about. You would think we didn't came a mighty long ways. So when you look at them back then and you see us now, you wonder, why are we still stuck in that same stiff-neck rebellion and disobedience? We done had thousands of years around our belt. Why are we still that way? So they did have that in common. Rebellion, stiff-necked, and disobedient. Back in Egypt, it was when they came out, they showed their rebellion, their stiff-necked, and their disobedient to who? The Creator, you guys. The Creator. Yes, you know what? We can say it's a mystery, but the Father said that's it. It's over. It's over. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's go to Revelation chapter 10. It's all up in Revelation, him trying to explain to us Revelation chapter 10. I think mine's torn out. I bet you mine's that's that. Revelation chapter 10. Yep, that's my page that's torn out. And what he said, I don't have my other Bible in here, Revelation chapter 10, he's saying, it's finished. The angel that blew the trumpet, when he blew the trumpet, the Father said, it's finished. The mystery is finished. The only one going to carry it on is the prophets that are his servants in today. That's what he's talking about. But the mystery, when he's saying it's finished, it's all out there, baby. So therefore, don't hold Yah accountable for mysteries that is not clearly seen. He says all open. And if it ain't open enough for you, get with my servants. They would open the mystery up for this day and time. Revelation chapter 10, you'll find it in there. And you'll see where he said the mystery is finished. There's no more mysteries. Just like I try to say to people, there's no more I don't understand. I can't get it. I don't see it. I don't, it ain't no more of that. The kingdom ain't preparing nothing else for us to use to portray. We don't get it. We don't understand it. We don't have it. Too many people talking to. No. It's telling you who you are. Are you the wheat or are you the tare? So it's not a great mystery anymore. None of it is. And the reason why is how long must you, let me ask you this question. You say there's one there, that's one of the great mystery. Now watch this here. How long must the mystery reside amongst a people, amongst nation? How long do we want Yah to hold on to great mysteries? There's no more mysteries, baby. It's clearly seen. It's over. Go to Revelation 10 and you will see it. And follow the verses thereafter. There's no more mysteries. Yeah, he says over. So when we get to what's the difference in Israel and Egypt in bondage, and that's another one, and Israel today. I mean the truth, those that's truly in. What's the difference? What do they have in common? So we said disobedient, stiff neck, and rebellion. And we said not knowing who Yah really is and who he was. Now, look how long it's been, baby. Look how long it's been. Look how long. Thousands of years. We've been in captivity 400 years. Our ancestors and us. Okay? We've been in captivity 400. It's past 400 years, but I'm just saying again, not the same as the where we were in Egypt. But we are in captivity now, and look at all these thousands. We only been here 400 and something years, but thousands of years we have not changed. You see what I'm saying? There's no change in us. Not even a little. So what has to happen to a people when there's no change in them? You have to see that the Father, before he chose them, he took his out. That means when he sat and told Satan in the garden, chapter 3 and verse 15, when he charged him, he let him know, you're going to have your seed and I'm going to have my spiritual seed. That's the woman's seed. That's the spiritual seed. And you're going to have yours. You see? So Yah had already handpicked hens from the kingdom. Because he knew the same people we're talking about right now that was in Egypt is the same people we're talking about today. Can we connect fully to who we are today versus who they were yesterday? Can we connect to that? Living a life for so long, not wanting to acknowledge, or that's another good one. You might not know what you're saying, but that's another good one. Because I remember, I say 3 years ago, the main thing that was on me is, come on now, y'all, acknowledge. Go into Deuteronomy and own that thing. Salute that thing. Come on now, y'all. It's real. It's there. It's present. Come on. But what they did, they went into Deuteronomy. They took out the ships. They took out the yoke around the neck and the oppressor. They pulled that out and threw all the rest of it away. And they should have kept the whole thing. And this is why. Now, I ain't gonna say that's why. They wondering right now and thinking that he's coming to get them when they have done away with everything that would have made it better for them here. You see, it would have made a big difference. Now, this is what's strange. As I was doing this quick, it took 10 minutes because I had a whole new topic. I don't know if you noticed, I changed my title. I had a whole new topic. And I changed it to this, the difference. And whether you know it or not, it is real sad in my spirit right now because I wasn't expecting to learn something right now. I was thinking I was about to teach somebody something. You see? I'm thinking, hey, I'm getting ready to throw down on this message. You just gave it to me, and then I'm sitting here thinking I'm gonna come to you all, and guess what? He came to me. He pulled up on me. Wait a minute, what did I do? Nothing. You see, he pulled up on me. And as I'm talking to you right now, wait till you see what I'm going to talk to you about regarding this topic, because he's fooling me up. Okay, so you have two Exodus, one that already taken place and one that is said to take place very soon, as everyone is preparing for. And we talked about what did they have in common. So we know we're talking about the same people. You know why? They still don't acknowledge the Most High Yah. You see? Still the same people. They don't know who he is. They don't know who he was. They don't even know who he's going to be. Okay? They still what? Rebellion and disobedience. You think he's looking for rebellion, disobedient, and stiff-necked in the individuals that's not found under his name? No, he isn't. That's why Sister Deborah don't and in days to come, he might give me that to wear these people, other races out. But today, it's the light to give to Judah and Israel so that they can understand it's time to make sure you got your spiritual backpack packed. Make sure you got plenty of spiritual food for the journey, because you're going to need it. See, everybody, it's just like everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. It's the same way. Everybody thinking they're going, not everybody, but the 8% of those who think have found out who they are. They want to go to the Mount Zion, but they don't want to have nothing to do with the Most High Yah. For real, y'all. For real, for real. Why you say that, Deborah? Because they have to teach that thing. They got to preach that thing. They got to tell the truth of the whole matter. And even if they don't, guess what? Who's to say what is yours? Because he's only coming for what is his. Not what is ours, but what is his. Not what is ours, but what is his. And that's what Israel don't understand. He's not coming for who you say he's coming for. He's coming for who he say he is coming for. And we got to leave him right there where he's at, because that's what make him the I am. He can be anywhere he want to be. You see? Now, this here, understanding the two difference, what they have in common. Now, I think we just having those two, I think that was really good, because we showed that they don't have the sense to see our Father like they should. Both of them didn't. We understand they still got that attitude of rebellion, stiff neck, and disobedient. Do you all know how powerful stiff neck? So I looked up stiff neck and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Way back in Exodus? Yes, Deborah. That's what they have in common. You mean they've been stiff neck, rebellion, and disobedient for Father, it's been 6,000 years. You see what I'm saying? So we know we're talking about the right people. You get what I'm saying? We nailing that they are the same people. This here brings you into a whole different insight of really what's actually going on. Okay? Now, the way we're going to sum this thing, we're going to level this thing out. We're going to make it all make sense. Now, watch this. It took 10 minutes for me to have to drop mine, change my title, drop what I wanted to talk about, and talk about what Yah wanted me to talk about. And he gave me only 10 minutes. But let me tell you something. Within my 10 minutes, and what time is it right now? And in less than 30 minutes, he done taught me something within 30 minutes talking to you all. That's how, that's what make him the I am, y'all. That's what make him all that and something. He can do stuff like that. I'm talking to y'all, and I only been on here 30 minutes, and here he is talking to me while I'm talking to y'all. Because he's revealing to me even more. And I'm like saying, what the 10 minutes you gave me, he said, you got a lot down there, but I'm gonna give you a little something to work with. Now watch this. So it was about what do they have in common? Okay, let me explain to you the two things that we picked up. I think they the number one and the number two. I would say they can line up pretty good together. The rebellion, stiff neck, and disobedient. We know that our people are that today, and they don't know who Yah really is or who he was. Very good today. World on the line is that today, because if you have Israel, and Israel is 150 million in the world today. Let's just say you're throwing a number. 150 million. Okay, let me say it again. 150 million. You be subject to have 500,000 that knows they are Israel. 500,000 that knows that they are Israel. So what is that saying? Exactly what you said when you said still being lost, not knowing who Yah really is. You nailed it. That's why I said the way you put it. That got to be the number one. Because today, if there is 150,000 of Israel, out of the 150,000, you are subject to have 500,000 that knows they are Israel. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? You don't even see nothing wrong with that. See what I'm saying? You see how far from anything truth we really are? residing in this day and time? None whatsoever. So if 150 million are not aware, and out of the 150 million, only 500,000 are aware. Well, what are those 500,000 doing? They're here, right here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You see, on the corners. Our men out there on the corners. Are they on the highways and byways? Now, highways and byways is a place to travel to get the word out that you are Israel. Are they out there doing that? No, zero. They on YouTube collecting to portray. They trying to tell you who you are. So I said, okay, Father, your 400 years was in vain. It was in vain. Just tell a man that been locked up 70 years, being locked up was worthless. It didn't do anything. Then you come back and tell me the 400 years was in vain. You see? So it's almost, because listen to this. They have no idea they in captivity. They have no idea that they are Israel. They have no idea, or Judah. Judah is added. I'm just going to use the word Israel, but it's detached to Judah too. They have no idea that they're Israel. They have no idea that they are Judah. They have no idea that they are cursed. They have no idea they're in captivity. Why? Why would a creator or suffer someone to be in captivity for 400 years and come out of captivity, never knowing they were in captivity? Never knowing or coming to the understanding, because so many of their ancestors suffered, died, big time. They can't tell you nothing about them either. They could care less. They want to know about Trump. They want to know about Jimmy Carter, the Kennedys. They want to know about everything that doesn't bring light to their understanding. And that's what they want to detach to. The things that has no spirit and truth, no light to it, to turn on the light. They still sit in darkness. And the ones that knows that who they are, you got half of them waiting for the next Exodus. Are they doing something while they're waiting? No. They just feel that I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm waiting. He's going to take me up out of here. But what are you doing since you come to the knowledge of who you are? What are you doing when you come to the knowledge of who he is? What are you doing? Nothing. He just got to get me out of here. You see? Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, is this the way you wanted it to go? He said, no, this is the way that it will go. It is what it is. So here we go. We know that stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience was the same in Egypt as it is today. I think this is me. I think the stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience is worse today than it could ever be in the last Exodus. I really do. I really do. Why? Why would I say that? Why would I say that? If you can answer that, even if it's just you that one, if you can answer that, why would I, Sister Deborah? Okay, but what reason can we give? Why is it worse today than yesterday? Why is that stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience worse today than yesterday? Let me tell you. Did y'all know that the first Exodus, those people that was in captivity, no, those people that was under Pharaoh, they were not cursed. Y'all didn't know that, did you? They were not cursed. They were not suffering because of their stiff-necked disobedience and rebellion. They was in bondage to Pharaoh, but they weren't cursed like we are in Babylon. You see the big difference? Hello. See, y'all didn't get it. See, that's why when you hear all these people talking about the second Exodus, all of them clowns need to sit down and sell all the tickets they done bought to the circus and get somewhere and sit down. Because first Exodus, they were not under a curse. They were under bondage. This Exodus is a curse. What's the difference? They didn't do anything to y'all. We did. He took us to the promised land and we cursed him out. He took us to the promised land floating with milk and honey, and we murdered each other. He took us to the promised land and we polluted the land itself. Why is it bad that we polluted the land? Because the land was considered holy. Oh, Father, yeah, did we do that? Yes. You see the big difference over in Egypt versus where we're at today? So Egypt, they didn't do anything that required them to go under what is it? A burden through. I'm not a burden. Bondage, in a sense, and it's not so much as a bondage. They was under bondage through Pharaoh. We are in a curse. And you know what? They won't teach that to y'all. They won't preach that to y'all. They won't reveal that to you. You won't hear it in nobody's church. You won't be able to hear it in your temple. You won't hear it in the synagogue. You won't hear it on these corners where these ignorant men are at. You won't hear it in the Hebrew Israelite movement. That's why you got 150, almost 100, and let me see, 145.5 million that don't know they Israel. All because the 500,000 that knows they Israel has been telling the lies. They have not been on the highways and byways. They have not been informing. Judah has not been informing their people of anything. You see? So, but one thing they're thinking, that he's coming to get us all out of where we at. And I'm gonna seal that at the end. But the problem is where we're at is a curse. Where they were at was in bondage. Total big difference. Ooh. See, they would never teach y'all that. Even these men who tell women not to speak, they will not teach you that. That shows you they don't have the Holy Spirit. Only the Holy Spirit can ride up like that. Only him himself, because he is the word. And here it is. You got two Exodus. That's one that has taken place, one that is said to be taking place. And they're trying to ride out of here in the Exodus that have not taken place. They're trying to ride out with the keys to the first Exodus. And they need to leave the keys where it was. Because where you is today is not where they were. Let me give you another one. The kingdom, the Father that sits on his throne, when he heard the cries of Israel, hey, wait a minute. Let me go down. Ooh-wee! Let me go down. Wait a minute, you heard something? Well, yeah, I heard something. Let me get up and get down there. You see? You in captivity. You think he coming down here for your tail? The Father want me to let you know he ain't heard not nan one of your cries. You know why you ain't crying? You think you got it made in your land of your captive. That's why. What do you say? What the sense I'm going to cry for? I got a big screen TV. I got a car. I got a job. I got my retirement. I got this and that coming. You got a fool. And that's yourself. Because everything that's been prophesied is coming for you. He that think that I got it from A to Z and I'm going to be all right. Oh, we're going to see. We're going to see what's going to take place. So here you got two Exodus. Is said to one that's said to take place and one that has already taken place. Those people was crying. Guess what they was crying? Whatever they was crying, they knew it was above. He said their cry came all the way up. Do you think that the Hebrew Israelite is crying out to Yah? No. They too busy deceiving and using deception on all these platforms so that they can deceive you. So you won't have no fruits of the Spirit, no light. You all really believe the 10 virgins was just put there just to be clowning? You really didn't understand that parable's letting you know the trumpet gonna be blown. That means you gonna have a warning. And it's gonna be in the midnight hour. See, no one understood what the midnight hour means. That means a critical time, a dark time. Is when he gonna pull up. But you gotta understand what it is. He only took the ones that he had his spirit in. You see? Big difference than the Exodus first. See, Yah is doing a great work and a total new thing. And we over here talking about an old thing. And trying to make the new thing appear to be the old thing. And that we're going to walk out here like the old thing. Use a fool, use a fool, use a fool, fool, fool. Live and die a fool. Because the way he's going to orchestrate this thing is not going to have anything to do with your fault pattern. None whatsoever. Now, when he went to tell me that it's so much that could have been broken down by what you call leaders, rulers, kings, leaders, pastors, bishops, prophets. It so much could have been broken down. But instead of Israel turning to Israel and Judah, they chose the platform as their means of their God. Everybody comes to the platform to get the trash. Along with the trash, they pick pieces of everything that they think that's feeding their spirit. And they don't even understand. Your spirit has not Yah in it. So you can't be fed any righteousness. See, they forsaken him. And I've already said you got the 500,000 that know who they are. Out of the 500,000 that know who they are, you be subject if you got 20. 20 that's speaking, teaching, and leading in spirit and truth. That's a sad thing, but I'm gonna sum it up at the end. Okay, so we know that we're talking about the same ancestors that was in Egypt versus those that are here in Babylon. We're talking about the same ancestors. Okay, the same ancestors, but it was just generation and generation. This is why you know that the question I said to you, why would I say that it's worse? That's why it's worse. You see, they wasn't cursed. We are. They was in bondage in a way, in a different bondage. We are cursed. Big difference. Who cursed us? The Creator himself. He didn't curse them. See, nobody never told y'all that. But see, that goes back to what I was saying. The mindset of the people want to believe their lie, and they will live and die on it. And guess what? Y'all said, check. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you that I have learned. I learned this, y'all. I didn't know this. I learned this through the Ruach. He said, Deborah, I want to let you know, I have already separated the wheat from the tare. You already separated? Oh, I already separate the wheat from the tare. So that's why I get so hardcore on that one on this platform where I'm at. I'm not caught up in those that goes and comes and go on somewhere and sit down. That one that's constantly getting more food for the spirit. They're not constantly trying to make sure that it's what they want you to say. You should be saying how you should say it. You should say it this way, do it this way, say it this way. And this is not true. This is not. Go. He already told me he separate the wheat from the tare already. Who can defeat that? Who on this earth can defeat the fact that the I am that says he's the I am has already took on separating the wheat from the tare? Now, this is what he's saying to me now. And not only that, he says, Deborah, tell him this. The great falling away has already fallen away. Why? Because I have separated the wheat from the tare. So no matter where I am, the numbers are supposed to drop. Why? I separate them already, Deborah. So it's not supposed to build up. It's supposed to drop because I already separated. You see, the warning, the midnight hour is the worst time of time. The trumpet was blown, the 10 virgins. Why was there only 5 that had oil? They didn't have oil because they were all that and they knew how to get oil and they got it and they kept it. No, they had oil because heaven had given them oil for their mission. And those are the only one heaven came for. Okay, now, okay, so what we learned was the difference that they have. The difference, can you give the difference that Egypt, Israel had in Egypt versus the difference and where we're at? The difference, you all, it will blow your mind how different those two situations are. These people were going not to the promised land, they was going to the wilderness. The Exodus, this so-called second Exodus, we're going to holy. You cannot, and I will not allow no one to think on this page. The Exodus yesterday in Egypt is likened to the Exodus that's said to be. No. One went to the wilderness. The other one is going to holy. Oh, what do you mean, Deborah? The Exodus that's coming up out of here, coming up out of Babylon, guess what? That Exodus, those coming out of there are going to a place. Oh, praise somebody. Yeah. When they see it, they're going to see holy and they're going to step on holy. And that's when he's going to reverse them because now they're on holy ground. You see, these people from Egypt, they went to the promised land and went up against Yah. Well, wait a minute, Deborah, you mean to tell me that is a different? That's a total different. Yes. They didn't go straight to the promised land. They died in Egypt. Only their children later on, Josh, years later, Josh led them where Yah led him to the promised land. But here, it's going to be years. He's going to swoop the coop, get you out of here, and he's going to lead you to where the promise that it is going to be holy. On that journey, I heard him talk about it across the riverside and how he's going to bring you this way and bring you that way. And I'm saying, that's that right hand, ain't it? That stretched out arm, ain't it? Yes. It's going to lead and guide. That is not. Now, when you went to Egypt, that right hand and that stretched out arm did part the sea, drowned Pharaoh, and brought them straight into the wilderness. Even though the wilderness still was a place of Yah. But he took their ugly spirits there and left them there. That's where they died at. Another thing about that, the children end up making it to the promised land. The children end up making it to the promised land years later. And in this one here, one thing I know for sure, there's going to be a lot of females coming up out of Babylon, heading to the promised land by the right hand of the Most High Yah and the stretched out arm. Why? Because he checked the men and let them know 7 women to 1 man, just letting you know how many women coming up out of here. And you took it and you lied. You flipped it to a flesh thing. You flipped it and made it a sexual thing. You flipped it and made it a marriage. No! We ain't gonna have that over there. So what are you talking about? I was trying to give the men an idea of how many female I'm pulling out. I told them that they was gonna die, Deborah. I told them they was gonna die. And the ones that think they mighty and tough, Deborah, they gonna die by the sword. That means they gonna die in the war. And the war, you just don't understand that. It's like the purge. It's like white against black, black against white, migrants against black. That's the war your men gonna lose their lives in. And they ignored it even to today and don't understand why the system of this country that and the power that runs this country, why were those migrants brought in to Revelation 18? They're going to be partaker in nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25, he explained to Israel and Judah, basically Judah. Who did he explain it to? He explained it to the men too, but he wanted to check with the women and let them know your sons, your nephews, your husbands, your grandfather, your brother, your uncle, they died. And you are going to be left. You're going to be purged by the fire of burning and stank. But after that's over, you're going to look up and finally see a man. And you're going to want the name that's on that man. But he said, daughter of Zion, after I have purged you by fire, I shall seal you as holy. See, he wasn't telling the men that you was going to have 7 women to 7. That's the way they take this book and master it to put men on top. But men don't understand. You can keep that. I'd rather stay on the low of the low. I'd rather stay on the low of the low. You can have the hype. You can have the ruler. You can have the king. You can have the leader, because from what I understand, he changed that way back and told you that you left your children and women trying to rule over the children that's so disobedient, that are oppressing who? The women. Because it ain't no man in the house, so who are the children oppressing? Come on. So you got to take that same Isaiah 3, nail it in Isaiah 3:25. He'll tell you what he's going to do with the men. So Israel and Judah, many of their men going down by the sword and in the war. Y'all ain't playing. But I do know the women, many of them going. Even her that is carrying. You're going to the other side. You're going to that Mount Zion. Whether you like it or not, you're going. So when I see that, I also see that the first Exodus, the second Exodus is said that we're going to leave out with substance. I don't think the substance is nowhere what we're thinking as, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Oh, Father, you just didn't took me all the way out there, didn't you? You didn't took me, but you didn't leave me out there alone. I know you with me. Woo-wee! I'll tell y'all what he's telling me. You know, the first Exodus, they left out, and they even put jewelry, gold and silver, around the children's neck, around their neck. They took a lot of things out of Egypt. Okay? Did not. Yes, they did. So what happened? This time, if you're looking for that choice that they took out, you are already messed up from the floor up and you ain't going out. Let me tell you why. All the things that they took out, they brought it to the promised land and they worshiped it above y'all. So look, you get it? What did they do with that? So what makes Israel and Judah, especially Judah, feel that reparations is what they need? If your people, Judah, got reparations, guess what? Let me say an example. I'm going to say an example. Say, for instance, the United States said, okay, we giving the African Americans, as they say, reparation. We're going to give each one $1 million. Okay? Guess what, y'all? If they gave Judah, each one of Judah, $1 million, $1 million to each one of Judah, less than 6 months, Judah been killed. Judah. I better not say that too loud. They might hear me. That's how bad it is. The mindset of Judah. Deuteronomy 28 said they got to be destroyed, Deborah. They got to be destroyed. It's no way they got to be destroyed. That's the end game of Deuteronomy 28, in case y'all didn't know that. That's the end game. You see, they would kill each other for that 1 million. People would kill their whole family just to get that 1 million. And they can't even get it because it's probably somewhere else, but they can't get it. They don't care. They got to kill you in trying to get it. Judah is the number one takedown of their own tribe. Black Americans have always destroyed their communities, their families, their everything. That's just who they are. And when you look back over to Exodus 1 and you see that rebellion and disobedience, stiff neck, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. Who are they? Deborah, that's what they were to me. So if they that to me, you know what they are to you? Oh, let me say that again. If they stiff-neck rebellion and disobedient to me, do you know what that means for you? Stiff neck alone mean hard, stubborn, difficult. I say that all the time I'm on here. And a lot of them don't like it. I don't care. He already separate the wheat from the tare. Separate your tail. Okay? Know where you need to be right about now. Go. Okay? So what I'm saying is Stiff neck alone, not just with rebellion and disobedience. If you get the definition of that, it give you the whole overall, and you get it in the Hebrew, it will blow your mind. Just stiff neck alone mean hard, stubborn, and difficult. We are those people among each other. If they gave us $1 million reparation, not one of us will get out of here going to the promised land. Not one. Not one of us across out of this land. First and foremost, most of them would take it and try to make sure they go nowhere but here. First and foremost. And everything that they take and spend their money, the moment they take it and spend their money, they got to now go kill everybody. They got it and they didn't spend theirs and threw it away and junked it and drugged it and brought guns. And they would never take it to do anything. Did not they do it with the first Exodus? So what in the rats behind make you think that you're leaving out of this wicked country? Now, y'all need to go here with me now. Watch this here. You're going to leave out of this wicked, high-level, evil country. Revelation 18 telling you it's abomination and come out of her, but he going to let you take everything that her have out of here. Come on, make it make sense. I don't care what the word say. You need the ruach, the word. What did it look like taking this trash out of this country, all this evil, all this blood on this money in this country? What do it look like you taking it out of here? Talking about going to holy. What does it look like? It don't. Now, let's go back to Exodus. Exodus is the first Exodus. What did they do with it? Israel and Judah came out with all kind of jewelry. What did they do with it when they got to the promised land? Moses went up to the mountain. They went down and gave Aaron a hard time and throw all the jewelry into a fire and made them a calf that they can have a god of their own. You see the mind of Judah, Israel? You see? They was gone way back. It didn't take them to come to the promise. It didn't take them to come to the land of their captives in this curse for them to be gone. Y'all say they were gone from the beginning. And hope that the 4 years will make you see your true history. And guess what? Like the beginning we first said, they still don't believe in the Most High Yah, nor do they understand who he is and who he was. But they running around here every time you turn around, especially these YouTubers. They've been on here for years, 20, 25, 30 years, still hooping and hollering about reparations. Your Negro family, your Negro people won't even, the heathens say, let's take a truck full of guns. Let's take about 150 guns and put them in the center of their city. Put them in the center of their city. Before that month is out, you got more than probably 150, 200 people been shot down from the guns that they sit in your city. In the middle of the city. Way more than 200 probably people. You see how easy Judah is. The mindset of Judah is you see where it's at. So when you're looking at Exodus, you can't take into Exodus and say, oh, we're going to be like that. You better get away from that. You better get away from that. And understand, Yah is doing a new thing, baby. It is not going to match it outside of you being the same. See, you're going to be the same like you were then. You see? If they give you reparations, I believe without a doubt, you first take out your own nation. Look at how our men are taking out their women, their children, their parents. And look at how our women are taking out their children. And they don't see nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all. They rather be about Diddy that's doing the evil for this world, this country, Babylon. They rather be focused on his case. They want the politics. Now, you're talking about the people who say that they all going out of here to go to the promised land. Big difference. Total difference. I have something to hope for. And I'm not looking at the first Exodus, because all they had hope for was to get over there and try to make themselves another God. They was rebellion toward the God that brought them out. The Most High that heard their cry. They was rebellion to him. The main thing that he taught me as a young person was the fact that, Deborah, all that time I did those plagues. Those plagues were done to Pharaoh and his people, but it was not for Pharaoh and his people. It was for Israel to see my power. And he said, Deborah, they didn't see it. I said, Father, but that's like now. Why? Too much stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience toward who? The Creator. See, they ain't this way toward you and I. They're worse toward you and I. But they are stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient. And stiff-necked alone mean hard, difficult, and stubborn. Now, why is everybody not focusing on that? That's who you are. Pull it up. Do that history. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. And you got several men who started off with this Hebrew Israelite thing. Now they came back after years and reversing everything, saying all of it is a lie. With me, I could never reverse anything. He's too great in me. He's greater in me than he that is in the world. So I can't reverse nothing. And I don't want to reverse it. I want to leave it right where it's at. And what we're going to receive when we get to that land is not what they received in the wilderness. What we're going to receive, y'all, let me tell you something. A lot of you all have not been taught, have not been ministered, or taught, or how would I say it, preached truth, the truth of the whole matter. But what I come to learn lately is these days that's been, I'm going places, I'm going outside, and I'm like, Father, I'm not feeling this. It seems like it's just just cloudy, and it's a dark feeling around everywhere I'm looking. It's just dark. Something going on, y'all. And everybody out here playing patty cake, bake a man. Who's going to be next, Diddy or Stan? It's just everybody is into everything in the world. This is why people cannot go out on the highways and byways and tell Israel, you're Judah. You the tribe of Judah. So what happens? Watch this, y'all. Watch this here. So when during the tribulation, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, while different nations is going to be being cautious around other nations, Judah is doing what they do best. They killing off their nation. They killing their tribe off. Who gonna bandage you up? Who gonna give you that cold water? Who gonna be there to make sure you eat if you destroying your women? And you have not only physical, but mentally destroyed them. You done took them all out, and you thinking that she gonna need you before you need her. Bro, you better read Isaiah 3:25. Because right there, it was no other time but the time we in, it's speaking of. So I don't understand why they don't see that. And the things that's going on, do you all know when Yah judge us, where these people are getting this idea to kill their wives and their children and their girlfriend, like these Judah men are doing? See, this country don't need to destroy Judah. This country don't need to take from Judah or add to Judah. Why? Because Judah is not going to do right by the captivity that they're in. Because go back, they were already like that, y'all. What's that message I taught the other day? They come here like that. I'm going to sum it up. I'm going to sum this bad boy up. They come here like that. And because of that, Yah has to have an end. If he put you in captivity for 403 years, you've been in captivity. I don't know if it's quite 3, it's over 400. And then you still ain't no different than you were from Genesis. Something's wrong, you guys. And I can see why he didn't let Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob them be worried about you all. Because it wouldn't make any sense. Here I am, a prophetess in the wilderness, and I'm like saying, Father, how you good, you real good, you real good, Father, y'all. 400 years and they still ain't got it, ain't did nothing, not a pin needle, not even a pin needle different, not even a pin needle. When you can have 150 million Israel and Judah and only 500,000 only knows that they are Israel and Judah. That's a sad day, y'all. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. A very sad thing. But y'all knew it. He got it going exactly the way he wanted it. For his name's sake. When he say for his name's sake, he letting you know for my will is it going this way. Don't get it bent up. Don't get it bent down. This ain't for no world or Satan or Russia or China or United States will. Hey, you better wake up. It's for my will. Do I do these things? That's letting you know my name's sake, not yours. So no matter what's going on and how it's going, y'all said check. Another thing is the history. It's the history. The people have stayed in the same history the European has given them, and they would never, ever come out. Because if you really want to ever do your history, it's no way you'll be in politics. You would not be in politics because history alone will show you it ain't got nothing to do with your Negro tail. You see? But they don't get that. These Negroes are out here fussing and fighting on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And hey, y'all, I got so many phone calls. Text, not phone calls, text saying vote for Kamala. People of all of how would I say it? Melanated people sending you all this mess, telling you to vote. You sick people, you. Ain't a vote since you've been born affected you. And you gonna stand and tell me that ain't something wrong with somebody? Ain't you gonna tell me that don't mean that ain't nothing wrong with them? It's something wrong with your people. And you're sitting here waiting for an exodus. Exodus to what? The grave? 6 foot under. You better check Isaiah 3:24, especially the men. And women, you can check Isaiah 3 as well, because that's how he's gonna purge you, and he's gonna judge you with burning in your scab and stink. But he said when he finished, you too gonna be called holy. That's the name that they were saying about the man they finally saw, because in Isaiah 3:25, y'all already sealed it, y'all. Many of our men are going to be out of here. And the women are going to be left. That was a sign to show them. They took it and turned it into a sexual thing. Oh, we don't have that many wives. That is not what it's saying. Nowhere near it. The name that they wanted to be called, because they were so shocked to see that one man live after they knew y'all told them in Isaiah 3:25, they're going to die, Deborah. And the mighty men, they're dying in the war. You want to be bad? You want to get all the guns? You want to think you bad? Dolls? Y'all all want to get out here and be leaders and rulers? You about to see the king that you going to be 6 foot under. Because if you can't see that they taking their own brothers out like big time anyway, nobody say nothing then. I can understand why they not saying nothing about Isaiah 3:25. They ain't saying nothing about it now. Going around here killing, and women killing their children. Men killing their children, their women, their wives, their mother, their father, just killing for nothing. And they killing their brothers, their own nation, their own tribe. And they don't, and none of them all of them walk around Leave us alone. They bothering us. Everybody bothering us. Ooh-wee. It's different, you guys, from that first Exodus. We cannot compare them outside of being the same people. But the work of Yah is going to be 100% different. The work of Yah is going to be a 100% different than the first Exodus. So therefore, we cannot compare it. We cannot make it like unto. You see, I don't care what the words are saying. You need the Ruach, which is the word, to see it. This is a lot of things taking place, and a lot of things are going to take place. And I heard Farrakhan. I did a video. I heard Farrakhan talk about it's over. I'm like saying, wait a minute, no, wait a minute. No. I know he didn't say it. No, you didn't say that. Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan. Wait a minute, hold up, bro. What do you mean it's over? What are you telling these people? He says finished. When I heard him say that, I was like, see, Yah will show you through those who ain't even in a belief, a religion, a denomination, all that trash you all get caught up in. And they would still be speaking the truth on the fact that it's over. While y'all out here clowning, thinking it's about you. And the main thing that people think is about them is their feelings and their emotions and their personal opinion. Instead of all of that, put your ugly self in the mirror and check yourself to see the ugliness that's in you. And it didn't start when you got on Deborah's platform. It's been in you all your life. Check your own self. Judge your own self daily, that no man will judge you. But if you don't judge yourself daily, guess what? Somebody like me will pull up and judge your tail. Look in the mirror and see who you are before you trying to tell somebody who somebody else is. Okay? So he was explaining to me about the difference. Today they know that. Oh, okay. Listen to this. Listen to this. We just said it, but listen to this, what he gave me. It was said to me, Deborah, do you think that the people back then in Israel, in Egypt, do you think that they knew that they was Israel and Judah? Sure they did, Father. Yeah, they knew they was Israel and Judah. Joseph was there. Yeah, they knew they was Israel and Judah. He said, what about where you at now in that country? Do they know they Israel and Judah? When he said that to me, I said, yeah, that's a good topic, Father. You showed nailed that. Let me change my topic. You showed nailed that. See the difference, y'all? Those people cried out to him. And they wasn't even cursed. And he said, hey, hold up. I heard they cried. Let me get on down here. Let me come on down. Here I come. Here I come. Hold up. Let me put on my shoes. Let me get on down here. He don't hear nobody in this country. He don't hear Israel nor Judah. Because they're too busy killing and destroying each other. And they ain't doing nothing to represent he that got them listed under his name. Nothing whatsoever. How can you be listed under someone's name that is the creator and walking around here calling yourself Catholic, calling yourself a Christian, calling yourself everything outside of who you are? How could that be, Father Yah? Deborah, I told you, if you ask me how could that be, you need to go back to what you just said. Stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient people. They were like that then, and they like that now. You see? So there's too much they have in common when it comes to them being stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. We know that's the people. What is another number one about them? They don't know who Yah is or was and could care less. They don't even know that they are Israel nor Judah. That's even worse. So how can a creator come for something that don't know him and don't know themselves? And you just gonna come get them? Come on now, y'all. Somebody need to talk to the Most High, y'all. You gonna come and you gonna bring them out. They don't even know they in. They don't even know who they are. They don't know who you are. You better hope that the creator has a plan outside of yours. Because the tribulation, we all gonna share in that. That's what Farrakhan was talking about. And I loved what he said. I taped it. I video it. He was saying it's over. It's finished. You know what he said? He was calling him God. He was calling the Son of Man Jesus. He said, if you think God is coming down here to make it different for you, he's not. I said to myself, well, Father, how many times have I made videos telling Israel and Judah that? Especially Judah. How many times have I told y'all it's over, it's finished? Why do a Muslim can speak to the Muslim and tell them the same darn thing? And you can sitting all day, Deborah, and speak to Judah, and they just as a brick wall, a stone brick wall. So I'm sitting here listening to him, Farrakhan, and he said it 3 times that God is finished. He ain't finna come down to do anything or change anything or do anything. And this is what it got me. And he said, come on, remember it. When he said that he ain't gonna come down and he ain't gonna change and he ain't gonna, he said, and you all don't know, he gonna try you by the fire. When he said that, I was like, no, he didn't. No, he did not. Not Farrakhan. No, he did not. He telling where we're at. If you think for 1 minute that the Most High, he didn't call him Most High, he called him God, is not in the mood of trying you by the fire. Oh, yes, he did. He said, yes, he did. He said, you can run around here and think you got everything. You got everything. You this. You can think you Muslim. You can think you Christian. You can think you whoever you want. Your tail gonna get tried like everybody else. And I told y'all that. That's the judgment of y'all in this day. But people sitting around with their bum pop in their mouth, looking on YouTube all cockeyed at any and everything. Watch in their ears, and they got tingling ears and listen to everything somebody said, and they wishy-washy, but it's okay. Just like he said, it's over, it's finished. And if a Muslim can say that, what makes you think y'all don't have him saying what he wants them to say? It's over. It's finished. So you can play with yourself. Continue. Because if you think for 1 minute he gonna crack the sky, he ain't coming. Now he did it for Israel and Judah and Egypt. They weren't in captivity either. I mean, they wasn't in under a curse either. They was under bondage, but they weren't under a curse. So that's another reason why you can't connect the two, as if thinking, oh, you're gonna be just like they did. Oh no. Why should you take out anything out of here? They wasn't cursed. You cursed. So if he brought you to the land of your captives to be cursed and to pay the penalty, not to pay the penalty, but to be here cursed for 400 years, what makes you think he wants you to take out of this land? That's abomination. That's the harlot. That's the beast. Not the beast. What's that thing that sits on a beast, whatever? Why would he want you to take out what this country can give you? Wake y'all crazy tails up. What makes you think he wants the money from this country? And even what makes you even want it? Well, where you supposed to be going is flowing with milk and honey. free. But the sick people on these devil platforms, they got these platforms, had them for 15, 20, 30 years. They'll feed that to y'all day and night, and y'all glut it up like, oh, we gonna get this, we gonna get that. You don't even understand. It ain't gonna be like the other Exodus. They was going to the wilderness. You finna go to the promised land, floating with milk and honey. What do he need with what you gonna bring out of this nasty country? What do the promised land need with it? You ain't got sense enough to answer that, do you? Make it make sense. I double dare you to make it make sense. You're not gonna make it make sense because it ain't no sense to it to make it sense. I don't care what word said, you taking something out. When you are taken out of here by the right hand of the Father and the stretched out arm, that's the rich of the rich, baby. This country can't give you nothing better than that. So you're all coming out with something. Because he's going to bring your tail out. You're coming out with his right hand. You're coming out with his stretched out arm. You're coming out with all power in the Father's hand. How rich can you get? You're coming out wealthy. People, it's nasty country. You wait for it to give your tail something and you really don't get it. You need to be giving a right now word to individuals that's out here that don't even know who they are. That's why I have an issue with these prophets and these prophetess telling these people it's going to be a better day tomorrow. Always want to feed the world about what y'all going to do to them. How about going to your own tribe, your own nation, and feed to them? You are the children of the Most High Yah. No, nobody don't want to do that. That's too much like right. Everybody want to do what is wrong. You want to tell United States when he's going to get you because you did this, you did this. You stupid fools. They know this book from back to front, front to back. You still stupid because you don't know who you are. You don't know who the Most High God is. So how is he in you telling you what to tell these world? And the sad part is about everything is always those that's on the devil's platform just like you. They got just as many subscribers and like. That's the only one fight. Y'all never knew that, did you? Only one be battling each other is those who got high level of subscribers and likes. Because that's really what it's about. It ain't about what y'all said or he's going to do this and it's the battle of the subscribers and likes. It's the battle of the money that y'all is, not y'all, that YouTube is paying them to clown in front of y'all sick minds. They clowning in front of y'all and y'all eating it up. Same thing with this Diddy thing. I understand. For your name's sake, they gonna hate us, y'all. What is he saying? What? Wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Hold on. They gonna hate who? Who is it they gonna hate? He said, Deborah, do you see what Diddy was doing? You see what they doing to the mayor? What he was doing? They put them up to bring them down. What are they doing? They gonna let the whole world see how sick Judith is. And all they did is use Judith to place him in position, them into positions where they can use them in this hour. And they played it for all its work. So what? So the whole world could see. The whole world could see that Judith is trash, evil and wicked and no good. That's how they're going to hate you all over the world. The Father spoke to me 2 days ago. He said, Deborah, it's not the same hate that they had when they was hanging them from the tree. I said, what's going on with that though, Father? He said, Deborah, it's the highest level of hate. That's why it's mentioned. You're going to be hated by all nation, Deborah. Did you know that was the highest level of hate? And I'm like, But wait a minute, who gonna be hated? Wait a minute, hold up, Father. Y'all, hold up. Where you going? Who gonna be hated? Mans. Because they're gonna be in the same tribe. So when they hate Judah, they're gonna hate you too, Deborah. No, you ain't daddy, but they're gonna hate you too. Their whole plan was to take all of Judah and let the whole world see what Judah been doing. And guess who brought them to that level? The elites, the United Snakes of America, the Roman Catholics. They sold Judah to be used so they can tear things down with Judah. And when it's all said and done, you're going to see that it's going to be a different hate that you ever seen. I don't care if you 80, 90. You ain't seen nothing yet till you see the hate that they have stirred up already. They didn't all look. Anytime they start bringing back the lynching and telling you, oh, they hung themselves, and y'all Negro stupid tails walk around, hear it in one ear, go in the next. So what? That's them. It ain't me. But it's you, them to yesterday, you today. That's how it's gonna rumble. That's how it's gonna go. So the migrants, the immigrants, or whatever they want to call them, they're coming over here. And when we tell y'all what y'all don't know, and you're Negroes, or you call yourself Hebrew Israelites, when we tell you what your ignorant tails don't know, the only reason why the Gentiles are preparing, because they know when they finish with you, they coming for them. Because they ain't have nobody else left. See, Judah didn't know you were the fifth to the fourth to the fifth on the total poll now, when you was the second. And don't you tell me they killing you. The Father wants you to know you're killing your own tribe. Stop lying. Stop lying. They ain't killing you. You're killing your own tribe, and you're smiling about it. You're laughing about it. You're joking about it. And the people on this devil platform constantly talking about what the Europeans doing, what the Europeans doing, what the Europeans doing. The Father got a question for you. What are your own tribe doing? That's the one you need to be watching back, because they're killing each other. They're killing each other in front of the camera, behind the camera, in broad daylight. They don't care. And the brute, I don't know if that's the right word, way that they are doing it is off the chain. And how are they doing it? Just like Deuteronomy 28 said, they are destroyed here. Judah is destroyed here, y'all. They are destroyed here. And when you destroyed here, that's it. And that's something they won't teach y'all, preach y'all, or minister that to you all. And like I said, the little that knows that they are Judah or Israel, know that they are Israel, they won't even share with the other 145 million Israel nor Judah. How can you be Israel and Judah and not know it? I don't get it. You think the Europeans are afraid of you because you stupid? You don't know who you are? Do you really think that they are afraid of you? A people who don't know who they are, don't care who they are, don't recognize Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah. But yet, you recognize the European God. Is that not the same people, relative, bloodline that was in Egypt? Sure is. Same people. Same people. Always want another God. Never wanted the God. They never wanted the one that had wrote his name at the top and had your tail listed. You never wanted that one, because that would come with order. That would come with peace. That would come with holy. That would come with word. That would come with power. That would come with wisdom. That one come with knowledge. That one is understanding. That one is the I am. That one is the beginning to the end. That's the great one. That's the excellent one. That's the perfect one. That's the all-knowing one. That's the kind one. Oh, there's no end to who he is. But you don't want that. You want this trash out here that's on all these devil platforms teaching you trash. So you got what you want. The wheat and the tare has been separated. Enjoy your time now. For it is, like Solomon said, your portion. And what Solomon is saying, the reason why you enjoying it and you don't see no error in it, no wicked, no evil, no wrong in it, is because you are born of the flesh. You are born to walk in darkness. You are born not with light. You are born as the seed of the serpent. That's why. That's just as quick as Adam and Eve went toward the serpent's side, is as quick as what you have done. And that's why you where you at. That's why your mindset is the way that it is. When the Yah told me, Deborah, do that video, you come here like that. That lets me go back to age 4 years old and understand the kingdom have already wrote you in and wrote you out of who you are. You on this on earth thinking you don't know who you are, your place, what you're supposed to be doing, who you called for, what you should do. You know why? You're born of the flesh. You put too much of your living into your flesh. And when you put too much of your living into your flesh, it was based on you, and how you want this, how you got this, how I'm this and I'm that. So guess what? Rumble with that you. That's the flesh. That's the flesh. So right now, if he did, without a doubt, I ain't gonna say me if he did, he said to my spirit. So let me stop saying if he did, that I already separate the wheat from the tare. It's on. Just that one. That's all need to come to this platform is that one. The rest of you, swoop the coop. Like the serpent slither in, you can slither on out. You can slither on out like you slither in. Because I said a whole mouthful to identify who you are. Okay? Okay? And I want to say to you all out there, ain't nothing on this earth worldly, better, great, excellent, perfect, wonderful, kind, all power, the I am, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega, whatever way you want to put it. He's all that and some. And without that, you nothing. You are nothing. And you're not, it ain't that you ain't nothing today. You wasn't nothing yesterday. That's why you still ain't figured out who you are today. Because you wasn't nothing yesterday. These are people who try to twine and make you the enemy and make you the bad and make you, because they are that. They are that. I had to sit with my children yesterday for the meeting and let them know, I know your thoughts. At that moment, you should have seen the eyes all froze. You see, they can't figure out when she's, and I told them, I'm dealing with you as mama. I'm asking the Holy Spirit to hold me back on the spiritual things. I want to deal with y'all as mama. And the things that y'all was telling me today, I said, oh, Father, I wish I would have said that. He said, put it in writing and give them all a letter. That's that endurance that one needs to move on. You constantly always there for them. Let them move on so they can see who they are. Let them slither in, let them slither on out. But something is got to give. You see? The world calls card reading, I think they call it, what is it when they're reading cards? Psychic. The psychics, those that can read all kind of things. The world got it. People will go there to tell their life, go places and pay all over the world for a psychic. for a card reader or whatever. People pay. But when you sit and you tell people, wait a minute, now, y'all, no. When they finish getting what they getting, they use it for the glory of Satan. But what I have, let me tell you something. It's only used when Yah has given it to me and he lets me know when I can use it. I can, all my life, I set up in church and sitting here figuring out when I don't know that person. Why am I understanding what they just did? Why that man and his wife was arguing when they got here? They was in the fight. Now they sitting at the front, in the front of the church. That's how silly it was, y'all. It was just that bad. It was just that bad for me. Knowing what's going on. So it got to the point I had to head back to the wall, way in the back of the church, to keep me from reading the minds of people, knowing their present time and what they were doing even before they get there. I head to the back, and that's where I've been. When I would go to church, I would head to the back of the wall. Is it a place I wanted to be? Nope, I had to be, because I could read the minds, even when they sitting behind me. One time I was in the church, and this man that was behind me, he was behind me, but he was sitting with his wife. All I could see is that he was messing with his daughter. I could see that just as plain as day. I got up and went back to the wall, the back. So what I found out, as long as I'm in the back, then it's too many of them to read minds. Then I don't have to be bombarded with all the thoughts. So that's what I do. They don't even know I'm there. But let me explain something to you all. Let me say this to y'all. It's not a church that I've gone to if I had to come up on the pastor. If you all could see the fear, you all would then say, Deborah, this has been happening to you for a long time. Yes. The fear on them. They're looking. If I'm standing right here in front of them and they laying hands on people, they eyes catch mine and they glued. And all of a sudden the fear is on them. You see? The fear. I've been to places like that. I've been invited to places like that. So I already know that there's something greater in me. It ain't got nothing to do with my ugly face, this old hand. It got to do with something greater in me than he that's standing looking at me. Even the female, my neighbor had told her pastor she was going to bring me, brought the pastor. I'm like, she said, Pastor, here she is. And people walking all around. It was after service. And she came down to get me. The pastor went out the back door, y'all. I don't know why she's doing that. Why would she do that? She's the assistant pastor, and the other lady is the pastor. And when she said, I don't know why she's doing that, I said to myself, I know why she's doing it. She better get out of here. You see, I know better. I don't have to know nobody. This is what I was born. I came here like that. How about that? I came here like that. But let me tell you what comes with it. Long suffering. Endurance. Because there's things you don't want to know about people. You don't want to know about your son or your daughters. You don't want to know those things. And even my oldest daughter, she gives me a look like, oh shoot, she don't know this. She don't know this. And I don't like that look. It's a very uncomfortable look. Or my son, he would look at me in a way, I'm like, he'll look at me in a way, and I'm saying, poor thing. He's wondering if mama can read his mind. He's wondering if mama knowing, because they don't know what it is, but they know that it's something. And all I can say is one thing about Sister Deborah, she never misused nor abused the gift that Yah has instilled in me, because I can really do something with it. But I don't move on it until he in me take it away. When I said take it away, if he pulled it up and said, tell them this and tell them that, tell them this. It's a beautiful thing to still learn from Yah. If you ain't got the sense to hear his voice, and you ain't got the sense to learn from him or to know that he's greater than you, that's on you. That's you. He already separate the wheat from the tare for his name's sake, not for mine, for his name's sake. And if you ain't got an ear and an eye, and you ain't got him in you, talking to you every day, revealing things to you, teaching you, chastising you, correcting you daily, that's on you. It ain't on you. It's just who you are. You came here like that. Because as for me, this sister been knowing since she was 4. Ain't no 4-year-old child go down in the basement talking to something she didn't seen, never seen, but knew I believed in whatever I was talking to. And guess what? He was talking to me back then. Yes, he was. So Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of the message. I think we need to pull away from the first Exodus and stop trying to detach it to what he's going to do in this day and time, because I believe that the way we're going to come out of here is not the main thing. I want y'all to understand, we're not coming out before the tribulation. He gonna run this thing on down. Since we stood our tails around looking all cockeyed, not understanding the 400 and some odd years, and we walking around here teaching and preaching on all these devil platforms, and gave nobody spirit and truth, and gave nobody spiritual food, and got no light in us, don't have the ruach, and we teaching all this multitude how to walk through the broad gate. We need to ride on in the wave with every other nation in this tribulation. I salute that bad boy. Let us ride with him, Father. And that's what he's doing. We're going to go through that tribulation. You think he told you that he's going to be war, not wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, earthquakes in diverse places, pestilence, and all this here, famine. You think he told you that because you was going to get out of here? No, he told you that to know that you're going to go through something before you get your tail out of here. How about that? How about that? You ain't went through nothing. Yeah, your ancestor and them done gone through a little something. But to me, you ain't seen nothing yet, because we still no different than we were. A stiff neck and a rebellion and disobedient people. Running around here talking about y'all leaders and kings and rulers. Rule yourself somewhere and sit down. King yourself down somewhere. You ain't the head of nothing but your bowels. Y'all need to cut that old mess out. All right, Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of it, because I sure did. Because the Ruach taught me even while I was speaking. And Sister Deborah says, I'll be back. Shalom and shalom.